Actually,
a
majority of our guests have been people that reached out to us, believe it or not.
Wow. Well, because hello.
Right?
You're Eddie and Webby. People are clamoring to be on your show. If you haven't yet, guys, absolutely check out Eddie and Webby on Facebook or YouTube. They do amazing interviews with tons of pros, fun stuff, fun exhibitions. Webby here, the master of editing videos and doing fun stuff. They got their bad lip syncing, which is one of my favorite things ever. I'm still waiting to make an appearance.
You just never know when it's going to happen.
I know.
It will happen, though. Don't you worry.
Yes.
But thank you for those kind words. I appreciate it.
Anytime.
And what came out of your bad lip reading?
Double salmon fries, bro.
Yep, the infamous double salmon fries, bro.
Came out of...
I mean, Dominic got a catchphrase out of it, for goodness sakes.
I got a T-shirt out of it. Come on. So Carr and David were up 4-1, and now all of a sudden it's a 6-0 run from Ansbury and Stratman.
The tide has turned here in game one of this pro women's doubles semifinal match.
Oh, handcuffed right there. Corinne Carr had her forehand up, ready for a ball in the middle. Stratman goes right hip, and she can't flip that paddle over and gets handcuffed. 8-4.
Very much enjoying this partnership between Ansbury and Stratman.
I was just going to say
yes, we are always sharing a brain.
That just literally, I'm loving this matchup right here with Stratman and Ansbury. Just you said it before, like the yin and the yang of a partnership right now. They're just playing off of each other. And it's really good, I think, for Stratman. Anyone it's good for playing with Sarah Ansbury. She's such a good communicator. She's constantly talking to her partner, mine, yours. But then if you're an aggressive player, you want to play with Sarah Ansbury because then she's basically your opposite, your setup person. And just like that, it's an 8-0 run here for Ansbury and Stratman.
Also, of course, Sarah Ansbury has been around the game of pickleball, you know, for a long time.
Since Vietnam.
When it comes to how long these players have played. And so I think, you know, Lauren Stratman, certainly newer to the pickleball scene than Sarah Ansbury. You got to imagine there's that confidence of knowing her experience and expertise is so deep that you can really just count on her as a player.
Good timeout. Had to stop that run right there. That was a great 8-0 run there from Ansbury and Stratman.
Yeah.
Continue to roll here, Ansbury and Stratman.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ansbury tries to call Stratman off of that one. Just couldn't pull her paddle out of the way fast enough.
I know how that goes too. Very, very well.
Anything that goes wrong, you're like, yep. I know.
I can
that.
relate.
I feel that deeply in my soul.
All right, they give up one. That's all right.
All right, 9-5-1 here in game one.
Sarah reaching out to Stratman, give her a high five, going, I like it, because Stratman was all over that and just mishit it.
Do you know what that's like, Webby?
I do. Didn't want to say anything, but yes.
Great spot from Corinne Carr, that back corner. Going a little bit behind Stratman. She is not able to get to that. And they get the side out. 5-9-1.
Tough. That's just too much Vivian David right there. Great job by Viv getting herself involved there and going on full attack mode herself. So I like that Vivian was aggressive there, but Corinne had read that perfectly, and it was to her forehand. That ball's going away from Vivian David. So unfortunately, she gets it off the edge of her paddle and it goes in the net, but Corinne had it read perfectly. The Sarah Ansbury defense playing right into the Lauren Stratman offense. I mean, that is textbook. We shot a video on the Ansbury resets off the Carr attacks, and it just sets up Stratman beautifully. Ansbury's pumped up here. I think she likes this kind of matchup with Lauren Stratman too, I'm not gonna lie.
This is game point here for Ansbury and Stratman in game one.
Sarah's just such a good partner. As soon as Stratman dumps that in the net, Ansbury's like, love it, do it, keep doing that. It's the right
Very
decision.
supportive partner.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, great spot.
Webby, great hands.
Thank you, thank you.
David right at Stratman's upper right shoulder. So we like to say handcuffed her a little. They held off 2 game points, but they need to put some points on the board here and try and capitalize on this opportunity.
I mean, if we can go back and watch that position of Lauren Stratman on those blocks, how wide her stance was to get down and use her legs to create that touch. Great job.
Yeah, very impressive.
10-6-1, another game point here for Ansbury and Stratman. All right, and they get the job done. We will change ends before we kick off game 2. Game 1 going to Sarah Ansbury and Lauren Stratman. We will take a very short break to give a shout out to some of our sponsors, and then we'll be right back here for game 2.
started with a famous family recipe. Actually, a family legend. The story was that our dad married our mom to get our great-grandma Lala's pickle recipe, which seems pretty extreme, but plausible if you like pickles as much as our dad. And while mom maintains that she never gave him the full recipe, we made a lot of pickles growing up, and a lot of memories. People said our pickles were so good we should start a business. So 10 years ago, we started McClure's. And with a commitment to quality and tastiness, we've been growing ever since.
Gorgeous view of Grand Rapids, Michigan skyline there as we pan in. We are here at Belknap Park in the heart of Grand Rapids, Michigan for the 2021 APP Tour Beer City Open. I am Lauren McLaughlin along with Dominic Catalano and the one and only Webby, no last name.
Isn't it
That's
awesome?
right.
Well, it's like Cher, Prince,
Exactly.
Eddie, Webby.
It's like no one even
That's right.
knows you
That's it.
have a last name. It doesn't even exist.
I love just being so mysterious. It's my style.
Inga Carr, our referee, gets us back into the action here. Game 2 just kicking off in our pro women's doubles division. This is a semifinal match. Sarah Ansbury and Lauren Stratman now on the near end for game 2, serving to Corinne Carr and Vivian David.
Wow.
Oh.
What happened? I went to go get a drink.
I know, right? You ate lunch during that rally.
Incredible.
Wow.
What a rally.
Sarah goes to Vivian and says she doesn't think it's fair when she does the splits. Not fair.
And after all that, nobody even gets a point.
Yeah.
Stratman sort of hip checked Ansbury out of the way during that. She was locked in. She was like, "I'm sorry, excuse me, I gotta take this one."
The only issue is she left the last one just a little too high, so David could expose that sideline behind Stratman.
Ooh,
Man, the net.
3.
Net was heavily involved in that rally.
The net was like, "I want to play this one."
Yeah.
My goodness. Sarah.
Ansbury hit 3 balls, but she took 6 swings because she swung at each one of them and then was like, "Oh, it's off the net."
Yeah.
Great coverage from Stratman. Oh my gosh. Come on, these
So good.
rallies.
So good.
Unbelievable.
Lauren, we've talked about it numerous times, and this is just one of those reasons we love women's pro so much is you get these hands battles and these resets and offense to defense constantly.
So much. Ooh, beautiful little up the middle flick from Vivian David. No one even got a paddle close to that. And it puts him up 3-1-1.
Wow, that cut drop, the cut drop there from Stratman caused that whole point. Even though Carr got there, she cut it so much as it hit, it moved back in towards the net. caused Carr to pop that up.
But yeah, the women's pro matches are just so fast-paced and action-packed. I love it.
You're 100% right, Webby. These
So
ladies,
exciting.
They love to play fast.
Yes.
Great spot there from Ansbury, just going right at that right hip of Carr, and that's just a difficult spot to do anything with. Almost as good as going to that paddle side shoulder, otherwise known as the chicken wing.
3, 3, 1.
No, so good, Lauren.
You can hear Ansbury, I don't know if you guys can on the court mic, but she's just talking to Lauren, just telling her, so good, Lauren,
Yeah.
so good. How easy is it to play with someone like that? You know, like you have someone that's, and this is where it comes from too, is, you know, Ansbury is, you know, a well-known pickleball instructor. So this is her verbiage on a daily basis on the court. You know, telling her students, very good, very good. Obviously she's correcting and doing things, but that kind of verbiage she's using right here with Lauren is positive reinforcement.
Absolutely.
Even on-
Encouragement.
right, even on a mistake,
Yep.
she's saying, yes, nice, right idea. And as a player, I know playing next to someone like that, that is so positive because
Absolutely.
it keeps you there. The last thing you need is like Webby, you playing with Eddie and he's eye rolling you, right?
Right.
Like you can't play like that. Like then you're nervous about the next shot. But
Exactly.
You want a positive partner in
Just
your corner.
constant negativity in your life.
No, but I totally agree. Like the positive reinforcements throughout the match makes a huge difference when a partnership.
Time in. 4, 3, 1.
All right, Inga Carr gets us back in from the timeout. 4-3-1 is our score here in game 2 of this women's semifinal match.
4, 3, 2.
Awaiting in the winner bracket final is Andrea Coop and Callie Smith. They will play the winners of this match.
Right out.
David up to the task of Stratman attacking first at her backhand, then in her forehand. Stratman tries to go behind Carr and just overhits a little bit. All right, so Stratman kind of cheated over just a little bit to think that Carr was going to go middle. Ansbury blocks cross court, opens up that sideline.
4, 4, 1.
Here you.
And that's
All
it.
smiles from
Yeah.
David and Carr on the mistake.
You'd never know if they scored that point or made a mistake.
4-4-2.
Point.
Stratman wound up for that one. Everyone in the facility here at Belknap Park knew that was coming hard.
5, 4, 2.
Great job by Stratman getting on top of that one. The two-handed backhand.
And she had a whole sideline open because of the shot prior to that. She pulled Carr into the middle on her forehand. That's just
5, 1.
easy shot for Stratman.
just misses it after all those beautiful resets.
5-5-1.
Yep.
Point.
Just misses. Had some awesome crowds here this weekend watching all this amazing pickleball action in person as well. A lot of local players playing in our amateur divisions.
Yep, I always love the vibe here at Belknap Park in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Always a great crowd.
Nice job, yes. Grand Rapids Pickleball Club does such an awesome job having so many amazing members. I know a lot of people call Belknap Park home. It is sort of their home court venue that they play at. Beautiful facility here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Of course, we got the beer tent. Webby, I mean, is this your first co-hosting of a tournament?
It is. Yeah, very
Very
historic
exciting.
moment. Yeah,
Exactly.
It's been an honor, very, very big honor and a pleasure.
Yes,
Well,
a big shout out to Eddie and Webby and Andrea Coop, who are our co-hosts of the Beer City Open.
You mentioned the beer tent, and then you went right
Oh,
to
I'm sorry.
Webby.
Well,
Right.
Like
I
I thought you were leading towards something.
I did too.
Which we already know. Like
I know.
they have been over there. They frequented it
Absolutely.
plenty already.
Part of their show is drinking beer. I
Yeah.
mean, that's another positive of why you should watch the Eddie and Webby show. It's like all these new amazing beers and local beers and all that good stuff. So do you have a favorite at the Perrin Brewing Tent here, Webby?
Oh man, there's 3 I've been drinking back and forth. I've been rotating. The Goza they have has been delicious. The black IPA is delicious. Their other IPA is delicious. They're all delicious, but those are my top 3 of
All
the
right.
6 they're offering.
Patrick Smith doesn't approve.
Got Patrick Smith roasting me back here. But yeah, I consider this my home away from home. I live about a little over 2 hours from here, and I'll gladly make the drive to come here and play just because I love playing here so much. One of the premier facilities here in Michigan.
Yeah, and they just redid these courts too. They're beautiful.
Yeah, they are gorgeous looking now.
Ansbury just a little out in front of that ball.
5-8-1. Point.
Solid hit off the block. Ansbury's paddle. Webby, have you ever picked up Ansbury's paddle?
No, I never
You know
have.
why?
Why is that?
Because no one else can. It's like Thor's hammer.
I can see that.
Ansbury's paddle is anywhere from 10 to 11 ounces.
Really?
It is a very heavy paddle.
Wow.
She loads it up. And why she does that is because of her blocking. She knows that's her strength. So because it's so heavy and solid, she barely touches. And watch, when she blocks, she barely moves that paddle. It just pops off her paddle.
Yeah.
I had to go away for a second. You're talking about Ansbury's Thor hammer.
Yeah, so I
Paddle.
asked Webby if he's ever picked it up. He
Oh,
said
yeah.
no, and I said, well, good, because you won't be able to.
Exactly,
There's
you-
only one woman in the world that's able to pick that up.
Exactly like
And
Thor.
it's
You have to
Sarah
be
Hansberry.
worthy of it.
Right.
I love it.
Sorry.
That's tough right there, especially late in the second game where Carr and David need that to be going their way, not the other way.
8-7-1.
8-7-1 here in game 2. Ansbury and Stratman looking to close this out in 2. Carr and David trying to force a game 3. Ansbury and Stratman 9-7-1 still on first serve, and they have 2 points to go.
Second server. 9-7-2.
Two mistakes from Stratman right there. The side out for Carr and David.
7-9-1. Second server.
Ball's not coming back.
How many times I have taken this thing off the board?
Give me that hairball.
Poor Eddie's back here on a cooler sitting. And he gets the fur ball.
Got to keep those courts clean.
Wow, what a block from Hansberry. Like it's nothing. And they get the side out without giving anything up to Carr and David.
Big hold.
9-7-1.
9-7-1. Stratman serving. Nice deep return there from Carr.
Nine, 7-2.
So that's the thing now. If I'm Carr and David, nothing personal here, but Stratman's made a few errors in a row. Ansbury's not going to touch a ball. I'm going at Stratman until she can prove that she can get out of this.
Second server.
She almost overhit that one right there. The ball dots the back line. Oh, now she's back on.
So was that like the opposite of the commentator's curse right there?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I helped her out right
Yeah.
there, Webby. That didn't happen the other day when we were in the booth, though.
No.
We cursed a couple
Oh,
people.
yeah, there was a lot of cursing going on.
Yeah. So that's twice that she's done that. She comes over to cover Sarah going for the Ernie. She'll speed it up behind herself instead of speeding it up flat. When she does that, she exposes her own backside.
Nice leave.
First match point here.
10-7-2.
10-7-2. Hansberry with a match point on her paddle. Oh, a beautiful setup from Stratman and Ansbury with the beautiful Ernie to close out that match. So Dom will head on over to the Franklin studio to chat with Sarah Ansbury and Lauren Stratman. And I just want to let everyone at home know, whether you are watching on Facebook or YouTube, after Dom chats with the ladies, we're going to take the stream down officially this time. Just do a reset of the system. We're getting ready to do some of our winter bracket finals and then head into our medal matches. We just want to make sure everything is reset, ready to go, so we don't have any problems going forward. And then we will be back here on center court. So if you haven't yet, if you're on Facebook, make sure and like the APP Tour page. Set up those notifications as well on YouTube. Make sure and subscribe. You will get notified when we come back, when we're live. We'll probably be down for just a few minutes while we get everything kind of reset and ready to go for the rest of the day. So we're going to take a very short break right now, though. Dom's going to head on over, chat with our ladies who are headed to the winter bracket final, and then we will be back after we take the stream down for just a minute. So don't go anywhere, guys. We will be back, and then we will get into our later bracket matches, and we'll conclude this day here at Beer City Open. Don't go anywhere.
Elders Helpers and Engage Pickleball love the fun we have and the friends we make playing and teaching this great game of pickleball. We proudly sponsor the 2021 Beer City Open, an APP event in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and welcome all participants and online spectators. At Elders Helpers, we say, live on your own with a helper in your home.
Priority shift from rush hours to slow breakfasts, from busy schedules to scheduled downtime. And as life happens, shifts and surprises are sure to follow. At Priority Health, we'll always be ready to shift with you, from complicated policies to ones written by humans, from a plan for one to a plan for three. Because your priorities have shifted, maybe it's time your health insurance did too.
When it comes to brewing, we have a lot of different tools in our toolbox. We're not going to put out a bad product, and that when they try us, it's not a risk. At Parent Brewing Company, the passion for innovation and the commitment to quality comes through in every sip, every time.
It all started with a famous family recipe. Actually, a family legend. The story was that our dad married our mom to get our great-grandma Lala's pickle recipe, which seems pretty extreme, but plausible if you like pickles as much as our dad. And while mom maintains that she never gave him the full recipe, we made a lot of pickles growing up, and a lot of memories. People said our pickles were so good we should start a business. So 10 years ago, we started McClure's. And with a commitment to quality and tastiness, we've been growing ever since.
Pickleball is an easy game to play, but it's a difficult game to master. There's so much you can learn from a camp, the correct way to hit a dink, the ball, or the serve.
At an NSP pickleball camp, no matter what city that you're in, you're going to have the same experience from the same level of instruction.
We cover all aspects of the game, not only just the strategy, but the skills and the mental game.
Each skill that we develop within the students' games is then implemented into live play.
They can take home easy, simple ways to remember how to execute a shot.
The social aspect is great. It's a really tight-knit group. Over 3 days, you really get to know each other and build those relationships.
They can meet a lot of other players to expand their playing circle and find partners for tournaments.
It's a good challenge for you to see where you match up against other players.
If you like the game of pickleball, you will like a camp.
Everyone is going to have a great time. It's going to be well worth their while.
Go again, until you strike just right, until the ball sings, until the other guy blinks, until the court's clear, and the sun sets, until you see it in your sleep, and wake up swinging. Go again, until you can't miss, until you can't lose. Go again, and again.
Pickleball is crazy. It's an all-day event. You're getting dehydrated, you get tired, and I've kind of had issues with cramping all my life. I would be taking pickle juice, salt tablets, eating mustard packets. So I've just tried to manage it, but it's been really difficult until I tried Jigsaw's Electrolyte Supreme. I would actually recommend taking Electrolyte Supreme to everybody. I haven't cramped. I'm able to go out there with confidence. It's been a godsend for sure.
Revlin Sports, where a passion for pickleball, performance on the court, and the preservation of our planet come together. We designed our paddles with a TerraGrit surface texture to maximize spin, ergonomic octagonal grip, and a BioFlex face that is stronger than fiberglass, offering better vibration dampening than carbon fiber. It's a paddle you can be proud of. We created the first ever sustainable high-performance paddle, made 100% in the USA. That's what we are made of. What are you made of?
It all started with a famous family recipe. Actually, a family legend. The story was that our dad married our mom to get our great-grandma Lala's pickle recipe, which seems pretty extreme, but plausible if you like pickles as much as our dad. And while mom maintains that she never gave him the full recipe, we made a lot of pickles growing up, and a lot of memories. People said our pickles were so good we should start a business. So 10 years ago, we started McClure's. And with a commitment to quality and tastiness, we've been growing ever since.